Hey there, welcome back to Sea Power. Today we're on the hunt. We're on the hunt using a couple of submarines. We have three. The K373, the K201, and the K314. This is the mighty Alpha class. Extremely fast, but supposedly also somewhat loud if at speed, so I'm only crawling around at 5 knots. The next submarine we have is the K201, Charlie class guided missile submarine. She has the SSN-7, so she can strike from fairly far away, at least for a submarine, at 39 miles. We also have a couple of other weapons, both capable of going after submarines as well as surface ships. And we even have the RUR-5, anti-submarine rocket. Very interesting. It's a standoff weapon, only with a range of 6 miles. And of course, this being a rocket, it does give you precision away if you launch it. Finally, K314, Victor 1 attack submarine. Very few torpedoes, relatively. 8 Set-65s. These are capable of going after submarines. And the 53 65Ks, those are ones that are homing on wakes, their surface ship targets. Now, we know that the convoy is coming in somewhere from the west. So, for the time being, I'm going to do nothing. I'm just going to head my boats all in a sort of general direction. They're about 20 miles spaced out, by the way. I don't have a towed array, I believe, on any of these boats. Nope. I'm going to have one of them... Let's say you're going to be below the layer, the rest of you are going to be above the layer. And we're just going to do nothing. We're going to wait for detection. We're going to wait for that convoy to basically run us over. Because they're heading somewhere from the US towards Britain. And they need to come past us. About an hour later, we have the whole convoy detected. There's 9 ships here. They're all beautifully steaming in a formation of 3 by 3. And this means that we know exactly where the convoy is. But where are their minders? That is something that I'm very interested in knowing. Where are the ones that are protecting the convoy? K201, my, let's say, more guided missile submarine, has taken a bit of a distance from that group. And K314 is moving north. Again, I still have some time before they get here. But it is getting far more interesting to start preparing a missile attack. If I'm able to knock out one of those parries early, that'd be great. And by this point, they might be within range of the K201. I just need to find them first. Surprisingly, 343 is not able to detect them. They were somewhere here. And I'm not getting them anymore. Of course, I could send out a ping. Just one sonar ping to try and potentially get a contact with him. But that is a little scary to do. If I want to do that, I'm going to do that with the 373, the Alpha. Because with its high speed, I'd say it has the best chance of running away. If I do it with these, it's likely that they're going to start hunting these. And not just one, but 2 submarines will get detected. So that's quite dangerous. Where are these guys? Let's go to periscope depth. Not that I want to activate my radar, but I could pop the ESM mast up and potentially get a detection like that. ESM mast. Up. Hello. Okay, at least we know where the helicopters are. There's one fairly close, 18 miles out. The other one's 21 miles, and there's another at 40 miles. Those helicopters are definitely going at it. Now, their anti-submarine capabilities are fairly limited. Not so much that the helicopter itself is a poor platform, absolutely not. It's more so that the AI doesn't know how to drop sonobuoys. So in that sense, they're not that dangerous. But once the AI has detected you, they can definitely come after you. If they detect you, for example... Get that mast back in. If they detect you with the sonars that are attached to the ships, well, they will come after you, they will drop a torpedo on top of you, and you probably won't enjoy the effect. Okay, let's head due west. Go back below the layer. I do feel a little safer below the layer, at least for the time being. These guys are still way outside of range. Okay, I feel that you're far enough away now. I have 314 moved all ahead standard right now. I want them to speed up a little bit, because they don't have nearly the same range as the 201 has. This thing only has a range with 65s of, yeah, 10 miles. So I need to get closer to that convoy. Let's set up a range circle for you. At 10 miles, look at that. That's not a whole lot. And this guy has the same kind of issue. Yeah, there's the 10 mile. I already had that set up. Now I want to try and get these guys first, these escorts, because I can definitely engage these. What I do find a little surprising is that these are just merchants, and somehow I'm able to hear that they're hostile merchants. Somehow I'm able to see that they're flying the American flag. Well, some of them. I think that's a bit immersion breaking, because yes, it's a convoy, but how do we know it's hostile? Why is it not just, I don't know, some sort of relief effort going to Africa, for example? In that sense, I'm a bit surprised. But hey, Sea Power. It's still in early access, or I have early access. Early access itself starts on November 12th. So that is definitely something that might get changed. So, about that detection. K314 is coming under attack. We have a couple of torpedoes coming seemingly directly for us. Mark 46. Considering it's just the two of them, I'd say they're airdropped, so helicopters. We're gonna have to try and change course as quickly as possible. They are active, but it's like they're almost directly on top of the sub. Okay, let's go active ourselves. Because if I'm gonna be dead, I might as well try and detect those surface ships. Ooh. Ow. I'm very surprised that they detected this submarine, because I was below the layer, and on top of that, I was only doing a few knots. I was not maneuvering very quickly. Yeah, we got slight flooding, but moderate hull damage. I think this submarine is pretty dead. Emergency surface, there we go. That's a problem. Oh, they're dead. Wow, that was fast. So how did they get us? Are Soviet submarines that loud? How did they manage to pull that off? Because they dropped them right on top of the submarine, so they'd been developing my position for a minute or two. They knew exactly where I was going to be. Let's go above the layer, all stop. We're just gonna float up there. Hello. This, I'd say, would be a bit more in line with one of those surface ships. Unfortunately, they're 32 miles out, so I can't catch that. What is that? That's doing 23 knots. That's not a convoy ship. That's a minder. Could be a Perry. I do have them almost within striking distance of the K201, but the K201 is also quite close to the 314. And as such, that helicopter, or helicopters, might still be there. Go to periscope depth. I want to raise the ESM mast again for a second or two and figure out where those helicopters are at. Because I don't like this. If I shoot with the K201 right now against this Perry, they might be able to shoot a couple of the missiles down, but probably not all of them. And they're about 12 miles between, so I doubt that this Perry is able to help out the other one. That is running the assumption that it's a Perry, but hey, we've seen 3 helicopters. I think it's a pretty safe bet. Okay, you're at periscope depth. ESM mast up. Where are those helos at? Ooh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 helicopters up there. A bit later, the convoy is right on top of me, but something else is even closer to my ship. I think this is the Garcia, right on top of me. Range, 1 mile. If I launch now, I'm toast. Thankfully, I don't have to, because we still have some time until the merchants get here. But I think this is the Garcia. Unfortunately, I can't really detect him. Let's go all stop. Go above the layer. And hope to God that we don't get detected. Because if I get detected now, I'm done. I'm very tempted at just popping up above the layer, detecting him and sending him a torpedo or 2. So that then I have a few more torpedoes left to engage the rest of that convoy. But it is dangerous. The alternative is just to let him pass. But I'm going to treat this as a learning exercise and figure out if it's possible to A, detect the guy, and B, eliminate the guy. Hello. What are you? What are you? Don't know. There's also something else still out here. Something else in front of that convoy. Which is within range. Okay, just stay here. Stay dark, stay quiet, and just develop that contact. Our confidence is going up. Oh, it could be a cruiser. Okay. It might be more beneficial to wait for that cruiser to come to in range with the K201. If that is what it is. Confidence 0.78. As for that other thing that was right on top of me, I don't know where that is. All stop. Off the layer. Just sit there and listen. Confidence 1. Still not enough to know exactly what that is. Oh, hello. It just raced past me at 23 knots. I am behind that contact. Ahead 1/3. Turn to port. Yep. Yep, that's the Garcia, alright. Oh, chances, choices. I can launch a torpedo at him. He might never realize that the torpedo is there up until the last moment. If he does realize the torpedo is there, he's going to throw RUR-5s back in my face. Which is basically a rocket-assisted torpedo. Which is the Mark 46. The Mark 46 can run at, what was it, 38 knots or so? 45 knots, so they are slightly faster than the Alpha. Because I can do 41 knots if I really want to. The escorts are not the mission. The convoy is the mission. We're not going to engage the Garcia. That cruiser is a different story, because I consider that a higher value target. If I can engage that, by all means. And the frigate, the Perry, which is somewhere dead. Oh, there's another Garcia. That Perry over here was not only getting defense from the Standard Missile 1, but also from the Standard Missile 2 ER, which I think is only carried by some cruisers. Again, though, if they figure out where that torpedo came from, they're probably not going to take kindly to that launching, that point of origin. It's a Leahy. Okay. We know exactly what it is. It has the RUR-5, much like the other ones. It's only doing 13 knots, so it's not making that much noise. It has Mark 46, it has no helicopter. Destroyer leader class. Or at least type. That thing is gonna almost run over the K201 at this point. Let it continue. Patience. As I'm sneaking into position, this Garcia did a full 180. They're coming back west at 6 knots. I think they're looking for something. So I've turned the Alpha off as much as I can. We're dead in the water. Just trying to make like a hole in the water, as the saying goes. Nobody drop anything. Because if this thing hears it, it'll probably be one of the last few things that we get to drop. There you go. He's apparently decided that there's nothing there. He's turning back northeast. Very good. Pay absolutely no attention. There's nothing to see here. Ahead 1/3. As for the 201, We're fairly close to the Leahy at this stage. Let's get a range circle. 10 miles. There. So the Leahy's almost into range. We have a couple of those wake homers. We only have 4 torpedo tubes though. So it's not like I can send all 7 of these missiles, or sorry, torps into the water at one point. Which is also something I have to keep in mind with... No, actually, with these ones it's fine. I can launch all 6 torpedoes in one go. So I can try going after the Leahy, but the Leahy can probably run away. They can do 32 knots. My torpedoes are not that fast. The wake homers can do 40... Well, they're pretty fast. But they will expend quite a lot of energy getting to that Leahy. So that's not what I want to do, not yet. Seeing as both of the escorts have passed, it is tempting to go to 10 knots, but there's one element that I'm not yet forgetting about, and that's the helicopters. If those bastards are getting a whiff of this submarine, it's dead. So we can't have that. Okay, I got almost 7 targets into range now. Some very close, some slightly farther. I think it's party time. So we're going to engage this, and hold 1 torpedo in reserve. That's the plan. 1 away. 2. Let me try and get a good picture of this. 3. Or is that 4? Those launches are definitely making some noise though. Okay. Torpedoes are looking for wakes. There's no shortage of wakes. It's just a question of which one are we going to find first. Torpedo tubes reloading, although I don't really need to because the rest of them are just anti-submarine torpedoes. So the rest of them can't really be used anymore, I think. The Sat-65, anti-submarine. Unfortunately, that means that this ship only has 1 weapon left that can be useful. The rest, not so much. I'm gonna do something quite annoying to the enemy. I'm gonna increase speed and sit underneath these merchants. At least that's where I want to try and end up. They're still doing 13 knots. They seem to be completely oblivious to what's happening. I wonder if 1 torpedo is enough to sink a merchant. That's something that I don't know. Torp is still on a 181 course. Activate the secret cone map. Yep, it picked up the wake. And it's going directly for it. So this is the first merchant that's going to get engaged. Boom. Hit. That's 1. The Garcia is either oblivious or doesn't care, or both. The Leahy hasn't taken any kind of action either. The next torpedo is going for the merchant ahead of it. We've got another one closing in on this one. So far, so good. And that Leahy is getting closer. I can try launching torpedoes at the Leahy and the Garcia if I feel like it. Merchant destroyed. 1 down. Ideally the first of many. Because we cannot have these supplies reach Europe. This one got hit. The merchants are not responding to any of these torpedo actions. Yeah, they're toast. That's surprising. I would expect them to go, holy shit, and just change course. But nope, they're just dumbly maneuvering in exactly the same course that they were. This guy's changing course somewhat. 0.85 to 0.88. And going back. Unfortunately for you, that's not going to save you. There's your wake. Here's your torp. Hit. 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 Yeah, their stern is definitely running a little lower than it should. And I'm now close to the sinking merchant here. Yep, dead merchant. Okay, I want to launch a torpedo in the last known position, or last known direction of that Garcia. Single shot. Single shot there. And you, my friend, have been very productive. Ooh, that's not looking good. Let's go for the last one. Torpedo away. One torpedo away from K201. Second torpedo should be going any moment. Oh, it is away. No, we have 7 torps. Engage the Leahy. Turn away. Ahead, 1/3. Go down. We're not going to stay up here and listen. These are not guided torpedoes. What? Oh god, no. No, 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 no. I did not mean send a missile after it. Oh, when you right click, they use a weapon of their own discretion. Well, that's lovely. That'll definitely make this more interesting. It's gonna be very much of a heart attack surprise for the Leahy, I guess. Which is probably taking all sorts of action to... Stop that? Is it not? Yeah, there's the chaff. It's ignoring the chaff. Where's your missile? Get out of here. Okay. So that was good. Let's not do that again. My god. Can we pretty please dive? Thank you. Oh, come on, AI. Don't disappoint me like this. Don't just stay dumb. Don't do that. This guy should come racing here. The Leahy should be using its RUR-5 to send a lot of torpedoes my way. Although, I might be still too far away for the RUR. Yeah, it's 6 miles. Helicopter should be vectored over to my position. But they're not doing anything! Don't disappoint me like this. At least change your course. There's the active sonar. That's from the Leahy. It's a little late, dude. There's a noisemaker out there. Is that gonna fool you? Oh, it might. Nope. Changed course. Found the wake and went, yep, that's mine. Good luck with that one. There's your propulsion gone. As for the Garcia... The Garcia is also not acting on the torpedo at all. They're changing course a bit, but it's more like they're searching for something, that they're trying to avoid anything. This is disappointing. I can't imagine how difficult it must be to program an AI. Oh! Oh, 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 oh. I stand corrected. Do you know where I am? Because I'm too far away from you. Is that torp catching him? No, not... Yes, it is. Yeah, it probably will catch him. There's a noisemaker, though. I think he's getting fooled by the noisemaker. Briefly, I hope. Oh, come on. Tell me this thing at least has a search pattern. Yep. Looking for it again. And it found it. Oh, it popped a Mark 46 into the water. Almost close to the launching platform. Okay. Your seeker cone is not that big. We're gonna turn around. At full. Torpedo? Seems to have caught up with the ship. Oh yeah. Garcia's been hit. Now, I still need the K201 alive, because I still need to sink 3 more merchants. The seeker cones might be small, but they're still concerning. No. Is this thing going to search towards the right? In which case I'm going to turn towards the starboard. I'm going to turn right as well. At flank. Garcia is gone. Okay. The Leahy is also gone. That's the noisemaker, and the Leahy is down there. So there's still a Garcia up somewhere towards the north. We're running at 26 knots. Still got a Mark 46 behind us somewhere, but that's the last that they can launch. There is, however, still the specter of the helicopters. We'll stop. Periscope depth. I want to know where those helicopters are at. Torpedo inbound? Really? It might have detected this one. Oh, I really hope not. Because I still need kills. This merchant has completely come to a stop. As did the others. I think that's a bug that I found in a different video, where if the escorts are dead, or let's say the formation leaders are dead, they just stop. They don't actually do anything. Which is another thing that I have reported to the devs, so I do expect that to get worked on. They're very, very responsive. No, this thing doesn't have a wake anymore. Which makes it interesting. At 1/3. Go shallow. I think we're gonna have to missile these things. I still have 3 missiles left. Yeah, they're all stationary. Okay. ESM mast? Peak? The helos are very far away. They're still looking in the direction of the 314? In which case you haven't been paying attention, dude. This is a bit brazen, just activating, or at least raising my ESM mast close to the, the scene of the crime. But the helicopters seem to be completely oblivious to what's going on there. Alright. 1, 2, 3. We're probably going to periscope depth in order to launch those. And if those helicopters are still being stupid... 1, 2, 3. Like, if they're still being stupid, then they deserve what they get. Which is a couple of dead merchants. This guy's not even trying to run away anymore. We're just taking it, sitting down, going, eh. Oh no, not all the same target. Ah, damn it. Yeah, that merchant will be dead, but the problem is now, do I have enough weapons to engage the rest? I don't know. At full, buff the layer. Yeah, he's gone. But they don't have a wake. Is this bug going to save the formation? Is this going to save those 2 last merchants? Because that would be very annoying. That would be quite annoying. Okay, let's get in there. 7 miles out. Send him a torpedo. Away. I'm running this at 10 times speed because there's not that much to see at this point. I just want to see if this torpedo can actually catch that ship. Seems like the torpedo doesn't really care. There might not be a wake, but there's still a hull. And that counts. So this one just sat there and got torpedoed. That means we can wrap up the last one as well. And just clear out the whole convoy. The only survivor, I believe, is one Garcia. on a bunch of helicopters that have absolutely no clue what to do with themselves, because their landing platform / their mothership got destroyed. So it looks like all of these are just circling around in a bit of a panic. And, well, at least they could try and take revenge. But they're not doing that. So again, bit of an AI issue here. Not only the ship stopping, but also the ship's not responding. And the helicopter's not responding. At least vector the helicopters to the last known location. Whether it be a launching point or something like that. Like the Leahy, this thing got missiled, for crying out loud. So at least try and go after where that launch point is. For all intents and purposes, because of my mistake, the K-201 should be dead. Also, why do you still have an open hatch? Isn't that making a lot of noise? Now, you might be going, oh, wow, sea power is did it. Yeah, on some points, for early access, it might be. For some points, it might not be up to the level that you want it to be yet. There's still definitely a few things that I'm going, like, is that it? And they're working on it, I know that. This is early access. This is what we're sort of getting into. Or not getting into. The choice is entirely yours. The choice, however, is not theirs for the Stella Lucas. They have flooding out of control by the looks of it, seeing as the deck is awash. And that's the end of that merchant. And with that, the whole convoy has been eliminated. I did lose a submarine myself, to be sure. I did not come out of this completely unscathed. But if the AI had been a little smarter, they probably could have bagged another submarine. In which case, I would not have won. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the scenario. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. And I'll see you soon for more.